Hello friends, and welcome to Life in Envelopes. I am Jennifer Bleecher. In today's video, we are going to do a budget check-in for the first week of June. Now this is the first month and the first week where we're doing the month ahead. So I'm so excited. I love it when we mix things up and try new things. And I'm excited to share with you how it's going so far. I will be doing a Q&A at the end of this video, so make sure you stick around for that. We've got so many questions to answer, and I'm so excited to go over the answers with you. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Okay, friends, we're going to start today by looking at where we spent our money this week. By the way, if you like any of these stickers, including these always available budget category stickers here, these are all available in my Etsy shop, Life in Envelopes. I do have a link in the description box below, as well as a discount code. You can use the discount code YouTube15 to save 15% on your order. Okay, so let's start with debts. We had a few debts come out this week. First, mortgage came out for $13.35. Okay, next up, our SUV payment came out for $118. And our loan number 2 payment came out for $142. Loan number 2 is a debt consolidation loan, and we make a payment to them every week. Okay, we did not have any bills come out this week, so moving on to food. We had a couple of grocery trips this week. First, we went to Sam's Club. We spent $138, which is more than we usually spend at Sam's Club. We usually spend about $100 at Sam's, but we needed some things that we only have to buy a few times a year. Like we needed paper towels, like things like that. I can't remember the other stuff. There's a couple things on the list where like, okay, these are like paper goods or house cleaning goods that we don't need to buy that often. So because of that, we spent a little bit less at our second store, which was this week was Walmart. So we spent $62 at Walmart. And we will take a closer look at how these numbers are going to affect our budget in just a moment here. Okay, so we did not get gas this week. Moving on to miscellaneous. We had a couple things we needed to pick up at Target, and that came to a total of $21. Okay, moving on to spending money. So we actually do $50 a week total for spending money. It's 20 for me, 20 for David, and 10 for Logan, so that's 50 a week. But we went ahead and paid that all now because we are a month ahead, so we had it all at the beginning of the month, so I went ahead and distributed that already. So spending money was $200, and it's the same thing with sinking funds. We went ahead and paid all the sinking funds because we had the money at the beginning of the month. So we put $199 towards sinking funds. Okay, so we did not do savings this week, but I am going to talk about this in tomorrow's video when we stuff, because tomorrow I'm going to do the cash envelope stuffing for my first paycheck in June, which is going to go towards our July budget. So we'll talk about savings then. Okay, so let's take a closer look at the worksheets and update these. So mortgage came out. We budgeted $13.35. That is exactly the amount that came out this week. Our SUV payment came out, and it was $118. Okay, that's it for David's paycheck. Moving over to my paycheck. So we went ahead and we paid all of our sinking funds, and we actually stuffed these. These were cash envelopes, so we stuffed them together last week. If you want to check that video out, that was my cash envelope stuffing video from last week. So that was $199 total for actual there. Okay, moving over here to fixed expenses. So I'm going to change this. All together, we're going to make 4 payments to loan number 2 of $142 per payment. Altogether, it's $568, but I want to track it week to week as it comes out. I don't know. I just want to track it. You know, some months it'll be 5 weeks. This month I know it's only 4, but I still want to track it anyways. I want to track, I don't know. I feel like it's something I need to track individually instead of all together. Okay, so it doesn't, my subtotal doesn't change. I just this part changes. So loan number 2, our first payment did come out this week. We budgeted 142 and it was actually 142. Okay, moving down here to our variable expenses, I'm actually going to write this amount at the end of the month. So let's go to the part of my budget book where I'm going to track this. So, oh wait. Except for spending. We did do spending. We did all of spending. But these 3 we're going to track each week. Food, gas, and miscellaneous. So coming over here to our weekly check-in. So for food, we started the month with $725. This week, we spent $200 on food. So that leaves us with $525 to work with for the next 3 weeks. So my goal is to spend an average of $175 a week. So this is a little bit above what my average weekly goal is, but I understand like that there's kind of an ebb and flow to groceries. Some weeks are going to be more expensive and some weeks will be less expensive. The weeks where we have to buy like goods for our house always tend to be more expensive than the weeks where we just have to buy food and we don't have to buy anything extra. So this is one of our higher weeks. So that leaves us $525 for the next 3 weeks. For gas, we ended up not getting anything for gas. We used to, when I was paid week to week with my variable budget, we just automatically put $20 in the tank every week. But now that I'm not doing it that way, I'm just going to fill my tank as needed, and I didn't need to fill it this week. So we still have $80 in the budget there. Miscellaneous, we did spend some of that. We spent $21 at Target. So 100 minus 21, that is $79. So altogether this week we spent $221. So 905 minus 221, that's 684. And just to check to see if I'm right, I'm going to add these 3 numbers together to see if they equal 684. And they do. Okay, so good start to the month. This is so much fun. I really like this. This is exciting. I'm glad I mixed it up. It was time. It was time for me to shake things up and make some changes. So I'm excited by the way it's going. So that is it for this week's check-in. I am going to be answering some viewers' questions in the next section of this video. But if you are logging off here, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. And I'll see you guys again next week. Okay guys, so I don't know why I never thought about answering questions this way, but I'm just going to go directly to the video on my phone. I was like copying the questions, pasting them to a document, printing them out, and then I realized I don't need to do that. It's all here on my phone. So let's go. So the first video where we have questions would be, let's see, the cash envelope stuffing video. So we're gonna start there. And I'm gonna go through the comment section. I'm just gonna look for comments that start with the word question and read those out loud to you and give you my answers. So this first question is from Ugg. Why not use the spending money towards the vacation fund? So this is such a good idea. And I don't know why I didn't see that too when I was stuffing the cash envelope. So just to give you some background, so we needed $170 for our vacation fund, and I had to decide where to take that $170 from. I ended up taking $100 from food and then not paying the extra $70 because our vacation fund is variable, and I'll talk more about the vacation fund a little bit later as we get to more questions. Anyways, but the spending money, at least for David and I, if we just combined our spending money, we both get $80 for the month, that'd be $160. So that'd be almost enough to take care of the vacation fund, and I don't know why I didn't see that. Like, that would have been totally fine. By the time I read your question, David had already spent his spending money and I had already spent my spending money. So it's gone, but I'm gonna keep that in mind when we do the next budget, that if we end up not having enough for the vacation fund, we could use our spending money. Okay, this next question is from Nifiteria. What about the months that have 5 weeks in them for your month ahead budget? Maybe you can add a 5-week envelope and start saving slowly for those months with any leftover funds. For example, if you have $5 left in miscellaneous, that will go in the 5-week envelope. You are doing a great job adapting your budget to work for you and your family. I think that's a great idea. I didn't have a solid plan for those months that have a 5th week, so I think a cash envelope would be the perfect solution to that. So great idea. Okay, this next question is from Bethany Cito. If you don't have the $1,000 saved up for your vacation in 2 months, would you consider taking $100 or so out of your Christmas fund, since it is still 4 months after your vacation and you should have time to rebuild that fund after? I love you and your videos. Thank you, Bethany. So yeah, that's another great idea. I think we're gonna be okay with the vacation fund. But if we end up, yeah, we could definitely take it from a future sinking fund if we need to. Okay, this next question is from Dina. Have you considered to get your 1 month ahead to 5 week month for those unusual months? For example, in June, if payment comes out every Thursday, that means you will have 5 times that payment will come out of your bank account. Yeah, I definitely need to have a plan for the 5 weeks, those 5 week months. And I really liked Nefertaria's idea of the cash envelope. I think that's a good idea. Okay, this next question is from Cami Suri. Have you thought of having a bills buffer in your month ahead fund? That way, if a bill is more expensive, you're not taking from your $1,000 cushion. You could roll it over for months when you're short on income. Let me think about what you're saying for a second here. Okay. So I think I understand what you're saying, but that's what my cushion is for. My cushion is my bills buffer. So I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm not answering your question right, but have you thought of having a bills buffer in your month ahead fund? So you're saying in addition to the $1,000 cushion, also having a buffer in the month ahead fund. Ooh, okay. That's a good idea. Okay, now I get it. Yeah, that would be a great idea. Okay, so this next question, she says, like parentheses, suggestion, is from Amber B. Vacation fund related. I may be remembering incorrectly. However, I thought in a previous video that $1,000 included the pet boarding fee for Mr. Mork. With just losing my puppers this week, I know it's hard to talk about. If those fees were included and are not needed now, wouldn't it be able to save a little less on vacation? Maybe $800. It would still give you $200 per person if Jacob is going as well. Cheering you on. I think this is going to be an awesome form of budgeting for your family. Okay, yes, it did, but we have had a change. Okay, so that $1,000 cushion for our $1,000 goal for our vacation did include a $400 boarding fee for Morky Mork, who's no longer with us. So, but we've had a change in plans. We always stay with my parents when we go to Michigan for the summer, but this year we're gonna have to stay in a hotel for 2 of the nights that we're there, just it's a logistics thing. So 2 of the nights that we're there, we're gonna be staying in a hotel. So the $400 that I was gonna spend on boarding work are now gonna go towards paying our hotel bill. So we still need $1,000. Just worked out that way this year. Okay, this next question is from Bond's mom. Question, how are you feeling about getting a part-time job, finding additional income outside of the new Etsy shop? I know May was a decent month in terms of Etsy and YouTube. Just wondering if you were still contemplating. I just started a part-time job as I feel like I was on a hamster wheel and not making progress on my goals. I have worked multiple jobs most of my adult life, but it still feels overwhelming. I so get you. I have worked multiple jobs too. When I was a teacher, I taught summer school, I drove for Uber, I did all kinds, I taught at the community college part-time, I've done all kinds of things. Trying to think of, I know I did other things too when I was teaching, but I can't think of everything off the top of my head. So yeah, I get it. I get like having to have multiple jobs. So anyways, to answer your question about how I'm feeling about it, I'm still totally open to getting another job, but things have been going really well with everything that we're doing. And I just want to focus as much time and energy on this first, see how successful I can be at this first. And then if I have to, I'll get another job as a last resort, just because time is such an issue for me. Okay, so this next question is from Cassandra Mitchell. Wouldn't it be easier to not take all 1 month ahead back to the bank? You usually keep spending gas and miscellaneous in cash. Also, this is more of a suggestion on a monthly budgeter. I get paid once a month. Even though you have all the money available at the beginning of the month, don't make it available to you. Okay, great idea. It is so easy to overspend in the beginning of the month when you see such a high amount in the bank. I keep all but what I can spend that week in savings and move it over at the start of each week. Sorry if it's too much, but I know you said you have dipped into your buffer too much. I also suggest moving more of it to savings so you don't see the amount in your account. I find it easier to stay on track when I know I have to be careful. You never want to set yourself up to not cover an auto payment, but when we see money, we spend money. I have made a few assumptions in these question suggestions, maybe a video on how you manage the money you have in the bank, multiple accounts or spreadsheets. My opinion is those who do well with the envelope system do better with multiple accounts with specific purposes. Okay, lots of good information here, so let's go back. Wouldn't it be easier to not take all the 1 month ahead back to the bank? You usually keep spending. Okay, so I didn't take the spending back to the bank. I went ahead and gave that back to us. I went ahead and did all the sinking funds, but I think that's it. I think everything else went to the bank. I like your idea of keeping it in savings and moving it over weekly as needed. I might do that. I'll have to look into it because I'm only allowed to have so many transactions a month in my savings account before they start charging me. So that might not be money-wise be the best thing for me. But yeah, that is one risk about being a month ahead budgeter is you have all this money at the beginning of the month and it feels great. It does. It feels so good to look at my bank account right now. But you gotta be careful and realize that's supposed to last you the whole month. So yeah, definitely things to consider. Okay, so this next question is from Dina. Have you seen other budgeters who take their sinking fund money and fund one sinking fund at a time? Example, Amazon is due first, so take $59 towards your Amazon sinking fund until you reach your goal, and then go to the next one on your list. Just a thought. So I have never seen anybody do that, but I mean, you could. I don't see what would be the downside of it. The only thing I can think of just from a psychological standpoint is that you have these multiple goals and you can see yourself making progress in all your goals. But I don't know. Yeah, I've never seen anybody do that, but I don't necessarily think it's a bad idea. I've just never seen anybody do it. Okay, this next question is from Amy Peterson. When you say $500 for Christmas and the boys are getting $200 each, does that include your stocking stuffers? Yes. What about your holiday meals? Groceries are always more during the holidays. So yeah, we always, yes, so it does include their stocking stuffers. And for groceries, we usually just use our grocery money for our holiday meals. But you're right, it is always more expensive at holidays. So it would be a good idea to have some extra money for food during the holidays as well. Okay, so Aussie Budgets asked, what camera do you use for filming? So I'm looking at it. It's a Sony. Oh man. I have no idea what kind of Sony. It's a Sony. I'm so sorry, I don't know. It's like a camera that you take pictures with, but you can also do short films with it. I just got it at Best Buy years ago. I'm sorry. I'm so not a tech person. I don't know what kind of camera it is. Okay, this next question is from Amy Peterson. Sorry, another question. Didn't vacation budget include, oh yeah, we already talked about that. Yeah, okay, we talked about the food boarding work. Okay, so that's it for the cash envelope stuffing video. So let's move on to the June budget setup video. We had several questions there. Okay, this one is a suggestion. Having a sinking fund for holidays would help as far as holiday food. If you buy special food to cook out on July 4th, or even if you save for Thanksgiving, it will truly help your food budget. Love your budgeting videos. Great idea. Yeah, I mean, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, we always do something special for July 4th and of course Thanksgiving. So it would be nice to have an extra budget for just food for those times. Yeah. Okay, I have another suggestion, and this one is from Amber B. I just want to make the suggestion that you will still try to stick with a weekly food budget, a weekly budget for food. When I first switched over to this type of budgeting, I would get a little too excited at the beginning of the month, and then towards the end, I would struggle. Once I went back to sticking with $175 a week, it has been such a blessing to know we have every week covered. I just have to meal plan within those limits. Great video, you explained everything so well. Thank you, Amber. Yeah, I think that's a great idea. Like, my average is going to be $175 a week this month. And I already went over it. We spent $200 this first week. So yeah, like, I agree. Like, it'd be good to try and stick to that $175 if we can. Okay, so this next question is from Jackie's Place. And I got her name right this time. It's Jackie. Hi, Jen. Thank you for being a bright, smiling person. Aw, you're welcome. I like it when you guys appreciate that I smile, because I smile like all the time and it like freaks people out sometimes. And I'm like always laughing and smiling. Okay, even when I know you are stressed, you always have such a positive outlook. I really appreciate that about you. Question is, why don't you continue to do weekly budgets for your part of the budget so you can make sure to break out expenses more clearly throughout the month? Might help with staying on budget. Yeah, I would like to try this just weekly check-in like I did this week, see how that goes. But if it becomes like I'm not following my budget, then I might need to go back to like week-to-week budgeting. We'll see. Okay, this next question is from Jennifer Johnson. Are you going to show your progress on getting paid each week and setting that aside for July's income and stuffing your 1 month ahead envelope? Congrats on getting 1 month ahead. That is not an easy challenge. Thank you. It was not an easy challenge. You're right. But it was also a very exciting challenge. Okay, so yes. In fact, tomorrow's video will be the first cash envelope stuffing for the month of June, which will be stuffing the money we're going to be working with in July, so the month ahead. So yes, I'm going to continue to do that every week. It'll just be separate from my budget videos because I don't want to confuse people. So we'll have my budget video with the 1 month ahead budget that we're currently working with, and then we'll have cash envelope stuffing videos with the money that we're going to be spending in the future. So this next question is from Jennifer Siniscalco. I hope I said your name right. Sorry if I didn't. How do you budget for birthday gifts for your family? Do you use miscellaneous funds and buy a cake or a gift? Okay, so David and I just skip birthday gifts, and the only people I buy birthday gifts for are Logan and Jacob, and we spend maybe like $25, $50 on them, and we use our spending money from that, and then I always make cupcakes with like a cake mix from the grocery store. So we keep birthdays pretty low key. Okay, so that's it for questions from that video. So next we have the mystery kit reveal video. Let's see if there's any questions on there. Okay, so this question is from Christine Wallace. When will you be ready to open the new pattern shop with David on Etsy? The few patterns I've seen are absolutely gorgeous. I think you'll be very successful and can't wait to see that for you. Thank you so much. So I wanted to have it open already. I just keep putting, like, David's done awesome as far as sitting with me and creating the patterns with me. We now have 5 or 6 total sets of patterns that could easily go up on the shop, but I need to take time. The thing that's holding me up at this moment in time is I need to go in and I need to put watermarks on all of our designs that we're going to put on the website of Etsy so that people don't steal our designs. So that's the thing that's holding me up. It's just a matter of sitting down, taking the time to do that. And lately I've been so focused on everything else I'm doing, which is filling orders and making new designs for my shop. So it's ready to go. I just gotta do a few more steps and then it'll be up and running. And I know, like David reminded me, once you get it up and running, that's another source of income for us. So just remember that. Like, yes, you're right. I know, I gotta make it a priority. It's also important. Okay, so this next question is from Jennifer Levy. I know you've spoken about being a teacher. What subject did you teach and what grade level? Also compliment, embrace the no makeup look. You're beautiful no matter what. So thank you, Jennifer, for saying that. And so many people said that because I was like feeling a little self-conscious that on that video I didn't wear makeup. I think I was going to the pool. Yeah, I was going to the pool that day. I didn't have makeup on while I was filming. So I had so many kind words about that. But anyways, okay. About the teaching. So I've taught kindergarten, 1st grade, 2nd grade, 4th grade, 5th grade, 6th grade, and adults at the community college level. When I taught elementary school, I taught all subjects, and at the community college, I taught ESL, English as a second language. Okay, and the last video that has questions is my most recent vlog. So there's a few questions on here. Okay, so this next question comes from Without Limits Budgets with Erin Lynn. And her question is, Jennifer, have you ever thought about using prop money? That way you don't have to run to and from the bank and withdraw and deposit back and forth a lot. Great video, absolutely love all your videos. So thank you, Erin Lynn. I love the idea of prop money. That way I don't have to go to the bank as much. And I don't have to have as much money, cash on hand. But there's just something, for me, there's something, first of all, there's something magical about actually like touching and using and moving money. There's that. And then there's also like, I don't want it in my bank account. Like I don't want to see it there. I want it out and know that it's like in a safe, like it's not gonna get spent accidentally sitting in my bank account. So I could do that strategy where I move it to my savings account. But for right now, I like working with the cash. Okay, that is it for this week's questions. Remember, if you'd like to ask a question to be answered in next week's video, make sure that you write question at the beginning of your comment so that I know to look for, so that I see it when I go through the comments next week. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, will you please give it a thumbs up? And I will see you all again next time. Bye, everyone.